Hi, this is TapCat, and today we're going to talk about how to hunt down the Chosen from XCOM 2's new War of the Chosen DLC. A recent live stream showed the developers in a final confrontation with the assassin, and the basics of the process are surprisingly simple. Not easy to do necessarily, just easy to understand. It probably won't come as a surprise that in order to hunt down one of the Chosen, we will need to meet him or her first. And since we'll need the help of their rival resistance faction, establishing contact with them first is also a must. Once that's out of the way, we'll be offered a covert action to hunt that Chosen. Just to be clear, performing that one covert action will not open up the final assault. Hunting each Chosen is a three-part process. The first covert action will tell us the continent they're located on. The second will go so far as to reveal the citadel on the map. And the third will give us intel about a secret entrance that will allow us to lead the mission for a final confrontation. Just be warned that if you somehow blow your chance on this mission, you won't be able to come back. We get one crack at this, win or lose. Another thing I should point out is that these covert actions can't just be rushed one after the other at the start of a campaign. There are minimum ranks for the soldiers we'll have to send out, and it will take some time to build up to that. The start of the mission is structured similar to some from XCOM Enemy Unknown when we shot down one of the larger UFOs. We'll pass through a few different rooms and fight pods of aliens along the way. Assuming we manage to run that gauntlet successfully, we'll reach the Ascension Gate, and that's basically a fancy name for a well-marked platform. Move the entire squad onto the platform, activate it, and you'll be teleported into the inner sanctum of the Chosen. If you're concerned about getting lonely after the Grand Ascension, then don't worry. There's a welcoming committee there to help us get settled in. Say hi and take care of your business with them, and then move forward deeper into the room to get the real party started. Thankfully, the game will not only tell us the strengths and weaknesses for the Chosen at the start of the encounter, we'll know them from our prior meetings, and we'll be able to handpick both the squad and equipment that will be most effective before we even come here. But that doesn't mean the fight won't be tricky. First, while the Chosen are primarily concerned on dazing and capturing soldiers when we encounter them during other missions, they'll focus on killing when attacked on their home turf. Beyond that, summoning allies during a fight appears to be a pretty standard ability for Chosen, so there's a good chance you'll be facing more enemies as the battle goes on. If that's not enough, there's also a device called a sarcophagus that will simply resurrect the Chosen each time we kill it. The ideal scenario would definitely be to take out the sarcophagus before killing the Chosen at all. Unfortunately, it doesn't become a valid target until after you kill the Chosen the first time. But the resurrection isn't instant. It takes 2 turns to fully regenerate the first time, and the second time around it seems as though it takes 4. You may be wondering what happens if the sarcophagus is destroyed while the Chosen is still in the process of regenerating. Well, it will immediately respawn with however much health it had managed to build up before the big boom. With any luck, that will make it easier to take down. And of course, once you do, that will be the true death for that particular Chosen. And that's it. Just wreck the sarcophagus and kill the Chosen. What could be simpler? Well, in all honesty, if your entire squad could just focus on bringing down the Chosen, this probably wouldn't be that tough a fight. But the ads are a distraction we can't afford to ignore, and the sarcophagus is a true bullet sponge. It poses no direct threat, so it will always feel more urgent to direct your fire elsewhere. But keep doing that, and the fight will literally never end. Speaking only for myself, I'm looking forward to these confrontations, in large part because the specifics will always vary. We'll need to adapt our tactics to the specific strengths and weaknesses each Chosen has in the current campaign, while the basic structure of the final battle should help keep tension high while forcing us to make hard choices on the fly. And personally, I'm a big fan of that. Alright, I think we've covered the key points of how to track down and finish off the Chosen. Is there one that you're particularly worried about fighting? Let us know in the comments. And meanwhile, if you found this video interesting, then please give it a like to help other people find it. And if you're not already subscribed, you might want to do that, as I will continue to cover War of the Chosen through its release on the rapidly approaching August 29th and beyond. That's all for now. Thanks for watching. I hope we see you next time.